Jason Aaron and Juan Frigeri continue to pit the Avengers against the multiversal masters of evil as Doom and Kid Thanos assault Avengers Mountain, having their own designs for the Celestial Corps. Jason Aaron keeps building up his Death Hunter storyline with more large-scale action and cool character moments, this issue focusing in on Kid Thanos and his sick penchant for cutting up people to see how they work. Like the issue before, Deathlok narrates most of it and acts as our guide of sorts to these characters, detailing their origins, how they're a little bit different from their 616 counterparts, and giving us more details on the mysterious Avenger Prime who has sent the Deathloks to warn the heroes. It's such a fun way to get exposition and info out onto the table and inform the reader that these are different versions of the villains we usually see. The huge action-packed ending of the issue has me really interested considering the upcoming Judgment Day event and how that's based around the whole fact that the Avengers are living in the body of a Celestial and the Celestial's relationships with the Eternals and the Avengers. Juan Frigeri's artwork continues to provide detailed, colourful thrills, and none more so than this issue, which is filled with fantastic hero versus villain battles, as well as a rather explosive final page that captured the scale of the story arc quite well. The Avengers issue 53 was another great installment in the Death Hunter storyline, revealing more details about our multiversal villains while also pushing the plot in an interesting and pretty unexpected direction. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. The Avengers issue 53 picks up with Kid Thanos, who thinks about his work of dismembering animals to see how they function, and how he soon transitioned from animal to people, and how it was quite seamless and it was made much easier by the fact that he was killing Eternals, which he thinks it was just a waste of carbon. Thanks to carving them up, he understood why the Celestials created two-legged beings in the first place, finding they solely existed for his edification, and were his tools to aid in his becoming. Despite cutting them all up, however, he still had questions, and with nowhere else to turn, he decided to murder his own mother. In the present, he finishes his story to Doom, knowing that that's when he was invited to the Masters of Evil, and while this isn't his first time travel adventure, it was time for him to put childish things away for good and grow up. He knows that he never tells anyone this, but Doom knows he never stops talking about it, telling him to shut up so he can concentrate on his spell. Kid Thanos, however, keeps talking, knowing that Doom sacrificed someone special to him and his armor is made from the skin of his lover. He wants to know when he knew it was worth it, so Doom knows that every time he wakes up and remembers that he is Doom, wanting Thanos to be ready as he unleashes a firestorm onto the Avengers Mountain. The Deathloks meanwhile tell the Avengers of this version of Dr. Doom and how he is the master of the darkest arts, and behind his mask are scars that are so hellish that to look upon them drives people mad. The Deathlok knows that he has become the Necromancer Supreme, wielding forces no mortal dare wield. The mountain hangars are all destroyed, dumping the helicarrier and Quinjets into the icy water below, as Deathlok reveals while magic comes at a cost, Doom has managed to shrink that cost for himself, and for mass destruction he causes, thousands of planets are already withering and babies are already burning inside the womb, and even space gods feel his sting, as do the fools who live inside it. Black Panther checks the extensive damage to the mountain, wanting to know where Robbie Reyes is, but the Deathlok says the Ghost Rider is no longer in this reality and cannot help, but if he is allowed to interface with the mind of the Celestial, he can help, despite knowing that T'Challa will not trust him thanks to Avenger Prime telling him so. He knows that Prime said that above all, T'Challa would know that they speak the truth, and T'Challa knows it's because the dead cannot lie to their king, wanting to give him whatever he needs. Black Panther meets with Namor and Valkyrie, telling them that they are on their own there now. Valkyrie is happy to help, but Namor says that he didn't come to bicker like seagulls, but he knows their base is falling into their ocean, and he wants to lay the hands on those responsible with violent disregard to their well-being. Suddenly, Kid Thanos blows his way into the mountain, attacking the heroes, so Namor decides fight the Mad Titan. Valkyrie leads Deathlok to the Celestial Brain, but Horse wonders what happened to Black Panther, and Jane tells him that he has gone to prepare for Doom. Doom Supreme appears, attacking Valkyrie and Horse and telling Deathlok that everything he swore to protect will be weeping at his feet soon. Valkyrie sends the all-weapon to Deathlok, allowing him to grow wings and fly towards the brain, telling the weapon to get him there. Doom confronts Valkyrie, angered a kill was stolen from him, wanting to know who the woman is as he blasts her, but Valkyrie survives the blast, punching Doom and telling him to call her Dr. Foster. Doom blasts her again, saying that 100 monks from Kamatage died to empower that spell and she just shrugged it off, so what is she? Valkyrie knows however that 120 monks died, seeing their souls dragged behind Doom. She tells Doom to tell her again who is Asinine, the Valkyrie with the power of death in her fists, or the Necromancer who tries to fight her with death magic. Namor meanwhile strangles Kid Thanos, knowing that as a king he forbade the abuse of children, but he is not king now and this isn't a child, he's Thanos. Thanos manages to stab him in the neck as Doom tells Valkyrie that he's not some street magician, wrapping his magic around her, saying that where he comes from, entire civilizations kill themselves at the mere utterance of his name, and he simply doesn't wield the power of death, he is death, the master of the Valkyries. He takes Jane's power, giving her her cancer back as Horse smashes Doom down, telling him that he won't be the first wizard to die by his hooves. Kid Thanos decides to leave Namor to die slowly, upset that he doesn't have proper time to fillet the Fishman since he's got to perform an autopsy on a god. Doom meanwhile has had enough, smashing away Horse as the Red Panther attacks, activating all his anti-magical defenses as T'Challa smashes Doom in the face. Deathlock makes it to the computer, talking to anyone who can hear him, telling them that he now was once a man who died alone and no one noticed. That is until Avenger Prime found his soul in the God Quarry and gave him purpose. And while he doesn't want to lose himself again, if it will end the slaughter and everything, it'll be worth it. Jane meanwhile gets the All Weapon back, reverting her back to her Valkyrie form and allowing her to team with Red Panther to take on Doom. Kid Thanos meanwhile plants explosives all over the inside of the mountain as Deathlock knows that their warning has been heard and the Genesis point has been set in motion, but that might not be enough. However, the heroes can be enough. He tries to wake up the progenitor as he connects to the computer, demanding to know what the god is afraid of. As Kid Thanos cuts into the Celestial to see how a god works, Namor attacks, pulling him from the building as Doom summons another spell, this time teleporting himself and Kid Thanos away from the area as Deathlock finds the Celestial is afraid of what happens when it dies, since as a god, it knows when a god dies it goes to hell. The heroes regroup but soon find Kid Thanos' bombs, but it's too late as the entire Avengers Mountain explodes.